Hello, welcome to another video. You join me on the ground here in Riga in Latvia. We're on our next leg of our European tour and we're heading down to Budapest, we're heading down to Hungary. Flight time of around about 1 hour 29 minutes, and as ever we're in the British Airways livery of the Fenix A320. Just in the Asobo modelled Riga airport at the moment. We've got FSLTL working, so we are injecting aircraft, as you can see, coming in. We've got Baltic Air, or Air Baltic next to us, Travel, and one or two others that are just joining us. So, should be an interesting flight. Let's get started, let's get into the cockpit. So as ever, let's go up top, and let's just get some power. So battery 1, battery 2. Let's get ground power on and get some lights on everything here. Let's get our strobe on and turn off white light as ever. Seatbelt signs, no smoking signs, and arm the emergency exits. And let's start to align our ideas. Let's get some heat in the cargo. Right. Electronic flight bag. Let's import from SimBrief. We've got a bit of an interesting... oh, hello. What's that about? 69 minutes. It plans an off-blocks time in 1 hour 3 minutes. Well, we won't be doing that. Let's go 14... 14:15. Update. There we go. And we'll be there a lot quicker than that, but we're about 9 minutes away, so we are going to be late, but I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. Right, so let's just re-import that from SimBrief, but it's going to then tell me, yeah, I thought so. Just ignore the time on that. We've got a bit of an interesting situation today with the flight planning. So if I bring the flight plan in, you can see we're coming straight south in, but it actually, if you look at the top here, we get to Patak and it's direct to runway 13 right. Now if I scroll in, there's Patak and we're going direct to the runway. So we'll program it, we'll have a look, we'll do it with no star and we'll see what it looks like. If not, I have got a star lined up. I think we'll use the Edinburgh star if we need to, so the Edinburgh 2 Tango, which will bring us in all packs, and then we'll start our ILS approach to runway, I think it's 13 right, is it? Yeah, 13 right. So we'll see how it goes in our programming in a second. So let's get down some lights on this pedestal before we do anything, and then we'll start to program the MCDU. Okay. So, ATSU, AOC menu, flight init, and init data request. Let's bring in our data. Should just bring it straight in from SimBrief. There we go. So, speedbird 74 Bravo, going from Riga, going to Budapest, flight time of 1 hour 29 minutes. Init data request. And it'll bring in most of the data as ever, but we will have to program bits in. Here we go. Ooh, that's interesting. What's going on there? There we go. It's brought it in. Look. So Speedbird 74 Bravo. Cost index today is 5. And we're cruising today at flight level 360. There we go, minus 63 degrees. So again, got the arrows top right, so we know we've got another page. So today our zero fuel weight is 58.6 tons. So I think I'm going to round that actually. 58.7 / and I'll leave the zero fuel weight centre of gravity just for now. Our block fuel, going to go 7.0, and let's get GSX fired up, which I should have done right at the beginning. Request boarding.
Requested.
And let's also request fueling. Okay, so into flight plan. So we are going out on the Berry 2 Foxtrot departure today. So let's get our departure. And that's a very good question. I've got a feeling it was 18, but I just want to check. Yeah, runway 18. Berry 2 Foxtrot. There we go, Berry 2 Foxtrot. Let's insert that. That should have all of our waypoints. Now, this is the interesting bit. Let's see what it looks like. Arrival. Now we are ILS 13 right, as we said. I'm going to go no star, just see what it does. Now, as ever, let's just go into planning mode. Still not confident with this one, but let's have a look. Let's just go through the plan and the route in. Looks okay so far. And what happens at the end is what I'm concerned about. We've got flight plan discontinuity there. Can I clear that? I can. So we go direct. Oh, and straight in. There we go. That seems to work. I take it back. I think it'll be a tight turn at the end there, but we should be okay. So while we're here, let's just have a look at our departure chart. So as you can see here, we are going to be departing on the Berry 2 Foxtrot. Beryl 2 Foxtrot, so we're going to come south before we start to turn right. Now we have constraints here. So we've got to be above 1600 feet at Romeo Alpha 400, above 5000 feet at Romeo Alpha 4300, and so on, all the way to, I think we go to Beryl. Do we go to Beryl? Yep, we're going to Beryl. So we've got to be above 140 at Beryl. Maximum speed 250 knots below flight level 100, which is normal. So let's read what it says. Got a transition altitude of 5,000 feet. Stepped climb. So if we had ATC, we'd follow their instructions as well. But it looks like we'll be okay now. Initial climb clearance is 4,000 feet unless otherwise instructed. We will put into our FCU here. Whoops. We will put our cruise altitude because VNAV is programmed into the Fenix, so it will follow the constraints. There are no ATC online between here and Budapest, so we won't be using ATC at all today. That's that cleared, that's that cleared. Okay, let's just go back in here. So we've done our flight plan, let's do our performance. So we're going to do our takeoff performance, and again, electronic flight bag at the top here. Departure performance. Runway is dry, we're going to sync our load sheet and we'll sync our weather, but we'll take a note of the QNH, which is 1024, because we will need to program that in a second. And then let's calculate our performance and make a note of what our performance is. So V1 149, VR, sorry, 149, VR 149, V2 is 152. We know the transition altitude is 5,000 feet because we've got that on the charts. Thrust reduction 1040. Flex to temp is 66 degrees, and it's a flaps 2 down 0.2. So let's go back into the MCDU. V1 149, VR 149, V2 152. Transition altitude is already set. Thrust reduction 1040 /1040. Again 1040 over here for engine out. Flex to temp was 66. And our flaps were 2 forward slash down 0.2. Flaps 0.2. There we go. So that's as programmed now for our departure. That was pretty quick. So let's just go and check everything else. I think everything else is programmed at the moment. I think we're almost ready to depart. We're just got to get loaded now. This is all a bit odd. Wait a minute. I don't think it'll work, but let's just go into the FB. Let's go in here, go back to the Fenix. Let's get ground services. Toggle the jetway. I'm not sure it will work, but we can give it a go. It's going to try and bend right round here, look. But hey ho, we have got the back door open, so I can open that as well. There we go. Haven't seen any passengers yet though. Yeah, well, let's just see what happens. Everything seems to be being loaded. We've got all of our baggages going in there. Look, all the bags are going in nicely. Fuel truck will be here shortly. And then we'll be away. We will be away slightly later than we'd planned, but so be it. There's the jetway going on. Okay. So, as I say, let's have a look at the airport then. So we are... Ooh, there we are. We're at gate 51 today, and it's a really, really straightforward taxi. We just come out facing west, and then we'll make our way out onto Foxtrot, turning right, heading north all the way along Foxtrot. We'll hold at Golf 2. Just check the runway's clear, and then we will enter runway 18 and we'll be departing south. Straightforward. Running actually to Budapest today. Budapest is quite busy, so we should see some traffic on the way, and we'll probably catch traffic there as well. And there's our route out. You can see we'll take a westerly direction before we then turn south towards Budapest. Now there it is on Navigraph. If you haven't got a Navigraph account, I strongly recommend you get one. It's one of the best things that I did. Really useful charts. If you don't want to pay, you can always get ChartFox. Just sign up for a free vatsim.net account and get your charts through ChartFox for free. Not always as up to date, but really useful anyway. So baggage loading around 83%. I think we're almost good to go here. Just got to wait for loading. That was very quick, and the fuel, of course, at the minute we've only got 3 tons on board. We do need more. I'm just going to check something. The weather. Real time's not set. That's why. I thought it was odd. Real time, live weather. Boom. There we go. That's making far more sense. I was thinking it's a bit light in Latvia at the moment. Anyway, there we go. Now FSLTL should be injecting. For those of you that haven't used it yet, you just go through the fly-by-wire installer. So download the fly-by-wire installer. That's the little radar at the bottom left. And you've got base models, which you need to download and install. And then the injector, which you need to download and install as well. And mine's running. I've got it running, as you can see there. I'll just bring it up, and there are...
Refueling truck is on its way.
Okay, fueling truck's on its way.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, and there are all of the nearest aircraft. Really useful tool. Find it works really, really well, and we've got an arrival look. There we go. So we just wait for the fuel truck. Once the fuel truck arrives, stairs are going away, so everyone's loaded in. We will be departing. So we'll push back, and what we'll do is you'll see us come along here, and then we'll head just all the way down Foxtrot and onto the runway and away. Just checking. Yeah, all the way down here, look. It's quite straightforward. Taxi, actually. It's not at the biggest of airports either, so it should be fine. I do keep checking SimAware, but at the moment, no coverage at all over Central Europe. It's over Germany, but not where we are, so we won't be using PatSim today, unfortunately. Right, where's this fuel truck? It's the one downside of GSX. It takes forever. Where is it? We may end up having just to go, you know, because this is taking quite a long time. Oh, here it comes. I can see it coming here, look. And we're trying this time to not have such a hard landing as we had on arrival into to Latvia. That was one heck of a bounce. Those that saw that video, I'll put a link up to it above, but wow, that hurt. That really hurt. So I'm going to try to make it a bit smoother. In my defence, it was too white, too red till about 300 feet, and then I'm not 100% certain what happened after that, if I'm honest. So we will try today to be as smooth as we can. Right. Let's go into the EFB. Ready, mass and balance. And what we'll do is we'll be loading the aircraft in a second. Just ignore this because GSX has taken care of it. So we have got 154 passengers on board plus crew today. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to talk very well. And block fuel will be 7 tons, so we shall have 7 tons in here in a second. Oh, here, sorry, 7 tons. Just wait for that fuel. So here it is, look. It's alright, chaps, you take your time. Well, not yet, it's not.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
So here's the gents, look. Just gonna fuel up. You take your time, chaps, it's alright. We're not in a hurry. It is well modelled, I've got to be honest. GSX has had so many glitches, but just recently things seem to be getting ironed out. I don't know whether it's just because I'm getting used to it or the updates are helping, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm finding it far more user friendly. Oh, hello. Now where's he going? What's he doing? Okay, connecting the hose, I'll let him off. It's hard, I appreciate that's hard to see possibly for you guys, but he was just connecting the hose there. It's loading up, come on. Let's connect, and then we can get going. We've got one going off currently.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Okay, so let's go back into the MCDU here, look. So what we can do, fuel, let's just go 7 tons. Zero fuel weight 58.7, and let's load the aircraft. And let's just do instant. I can get this zero fuel weight, 31.1. These guys will still load up, they'll do their bit, that's fine. So in here, I'm going to go back to init, go forward slash. I can't even remember what that was now. 31.1 forward slash 31.1. There we go. So that should be as now. So we've got Riga VORs all programmed in nicely. Let's just have a look here. What's that VOR frequency? Okay, turn that off. Didn't like that. 114. Oh, okay. It did. Let's turn that and see what happens. Just want to see if we can get the Morse code. Sometimes you get the Morse code, and I've never got it to work yet. So these chaps still going? Oh, they're going. Look, we're almost done. Are we ready to go? So let's come at the top. I didn't start the APU. Dear me, what a wally. Turn the beacon on. Let's turn our APU on. Get some light on this pedestal. Our APU's kicking in. There's that aircraft that's just gone off. It's gone the wrong way, but never mind. It's slowly starting to kick in there. The exhaust fumes are coming out. That's on. That's done. That's done. That's fine. Okay. So let's just wait. What we will do is ground services. Let's connect the tug. Ready. Back at the top. Let's hope there's enough. Is it? I'm going to check this. Always do this wrong. Is the APU kicking out enough yet? Not yet. It's available. Right. Okay, let's go back at the top. Pray we don't turn everything off. There we go. And I think, you know, we're ready to go. So, come back up. Let's put on the APU bleed. Give us the pressure, air pressure that we need to start the engines. Just leave that for a second. Okay, parking brake. Off. Whoa. Please set brakes immediately. Why is that? Oh, it's because I'm using GSX. Just ignore that. It's going to go beep beep. Oh, I know. I'm going to use Fenix for the pushback. And let's turn the ignition on. Engine 2 on. Whoa, what's going on here? Thrust levers not at idle. Yes, they are. They are now. Okay, that's the engine starting nicely. Getting enough power. Okay, let's come in here and let's start our turn. Whoops, wrong way. Let's get this aircraft turned round on that yellow line. Can't turn the lights on yet because we don't want to blind anybody. That's coming around nicely. Good turn, and what we can do is stop it. Let's go stop there. Parking brake set. Turn the tug off. That's the tug off. Let's put some lights on. Okay, that's good. So we're ready to go. Can we set? Not yet. We can't start engine 2 just yet. Or can we? Maybe we can. Let's go for an engine 2 start. Let's see where we get. I'm going to start the chrono. I should have done that just as we were pushing off, but we're there. Okay, so predicted wind shear. Let's go in here. Turn this all on. Whoops. Boom. Wrong one. On. Let's turn this to. Just give ourselves a call of 6253. Flaps. 2. Speed spoilers. Set this to 1024, which is what the local is. Just leave that running now. Just wait for the engine. So while we're waiting, let's come into the MCDU, go to ATSU. Got some company messages, which will probably be the load sheets. Yep, load sheets. Let's accept them. That's those done. Engines, yeah, all green, no blue. Let's set auto brake to max just in case we have a problem, which I'm hoping we won't. Alright, I think we're ready to go. So ignition switch back to normal. Just checking we've got everything where we are. Parking brake off. APU bleed can now come off. APU can come off, and we're good to go. Okay, so let's give it a bit of power. We can get moving. Don't want to give too much because we don't want to go too fast down here, but it's fairly clear. It's a very quiet airport. To idle. Let's go down here now. We'll do takeoff test in a second. So it has been snowing and it was icy in Latvia beginning of the week. Ooh, there's got. I knew that was going to happen. Wrong runway, chaps. Wrong runway. Okay, just. Oh dear me. Just ignore this. Oh dear. It'll disappear when we go through it anyway. Thank you. That looked like an A2. Oh, blimey. It looked like an A320, didn't it? You do realise as we take off, we are probably going to take straight off into that plane. But never mind. Okay, so ECAM messages. Let's do our takeoff test. Takeoff test button. All green, no blue. Looking good, and we should stick to the constraints that we've got there. As I say, I do keep checking SimAware, but no coverage at all on our route, so I'm not going to worry too much. Flap set 2. Yep. Oh please, let's get a better landing than we had last time. Dear me. I'm blaming the aircraft. I blame the aircraft every time, but I am going to blame the aircraft for that. So it is a quiet airport, as you can see. Just making our way down Foxtrot. We will stop at Golf 2 just to do our final checks and make sure that aircraft isn't speeding down the runway, which I suspect quite strongly it will be. Let's have a look. It is making its way down there. It's almost a competition, so who can get there first. Okay. Let's wait and see. Right, here we go. Let's put this back into arc mode. So still on Foxtrot, just passing apron 4 and apron 5 to our right. It's apron 5 there. And we'll hold short of Golf. Interesting though. This other aircraft at the other end of the runway. I'm not sure the holds are modelled on here either. But never mind. No, they're not. They're not modelled. We'll go to the edge and we'll wait. I'll wait and see what's going on from this right hand side. I've got a feeling there's a hole there, look. Now where is he? He's there. What is he doing? Do you know what? We're not going to wait. Let's just get on with it. It's not a real person, so we don't have to worry too much. Otherwise, we could have quite a wait here. Let's get off to Budapest. Beautiful city. If you ever get the chance, go and visit. Go to Széchenyi Baths and the Chain Bridge, and have a walk down the Danube to see the cast iron shoes. Very touching memorial. And if you want a really good lunch, the Marriott on the Danube, Sunday lunchtime, they do the most amazing buffet with champagne, the works. Well worth a visit. He's down the other end, look, I can see him. Oh, go on. Who's going to get there first? I think we're just going to go for this, guys. Wait for me. He should be at this end anyway. He's taken off the wrong end. Okay, let's go. I'm going to get a warning in a minute, no doubt, because I'm not on the runway yet. Here we go. And he's coming on the runway, look. I knew it. I knew it. 100. Rotate. Just trying to get a void in. Positive climb gear up. Autopilot engaged. Get back on the track. Leave the lights on as ever till 10,000 feet. Then we'll change the lights. Wait for green dot. It's looking good. It's going, look, you can see him there. Dear me. And it's very icy still. Should now start to make our right turn. There we go. If I just quickly show you, there we are on the STID, just heading south. Romeo Alpha 400, we will make that right turn, which is what we're doing now. We're making that right turn, head 222 degrees towards Romeo Alpha 430, where we've got to be above 5,000 feet. We will meet all of those constraints, no problems at all. Doing okay at the moment. Just going to come in here, just turn that off. There we go. So, on our way to Hungary, flight time of about 1 hour 29 minutes, expecting to be on the ground about 16:45 sim time. Okay, we've gone through 5,000, so we can now go to standard Q&H. which we've done just by pushing the button or pulling the button. Can never really tell, I think it's pulling the button. And obviously when we get closer to Budapest we will use the transition altitude and we'll make that change there as well. Let's go to local QNH, which gives us our accurate altitude. We're going to be chasing that sunset all the way, I think. Very wintry scenes here. It is really cold actually, really cold. Okay, ground spoilers turn off. Seatbelt sign stays on. I'll just turn off max brake, auto brakes. Gear is up, all good. Yeah, we should have quite a pleasant, we're not expecting, oh I tell you what I didn't do, I didn't import the winds. But we're not expecting too much in terms of wind on the way down or turbulence, we should be okay. Got a slight crosswind at the moment, but it's only of about 2-3 knots, so we're not expecting huge winds. I love this time of night for flying though. And look, if you like what we do, don't forget, just give that like and subscribe button a hit for me. Let us know, and let us know where you want us to go on the next leg of our European tour. So obviously we'll be landing in Budapest in Hungary. Where do we go from Hungary? Let us know in the comments. And a huge shout out to our latest subscribers, Lucky Star Aviation, XD Johnny Bean, David Gordon, I'm Silent, and Triple Barnet Plays. Thanks for subscribing and hope you enjoy what we're doing. And let us know, what sort of video do you want us to see us do? Who knows, we may be able to put something together. Okay, we've gone through 10,000 feet now, so we can turn off the lights. This one never plays ball. There we go. And we can turn off the seatbelt signs. I'm just going to check in let's go back into here. I am going to get a warning in a minute because I'm late. Why am I late? That's fine. I can I'll sort that when it comes up. Let's see, unit page. And see if I can import the wind request. It's probably too late, but let's try it anyway. There we go. Yeah, we got the winds. Look, insert. Boom. There we go. So the winds are inserted as well, so it just gives us a more accurate time. So 16:43 now on the ground. We've got 593 nautical miles to go, and we should be landing with about 3.2 tons of fuel on board, as it says there. Looking really good. So we're going to start our left turn in a minute and we'll be heading south. We should cross, let's look at this, where we're going to head. We'll cross Lithuania, skirt Belarus, the border between Belarus and Poland, or sort of more over Poland, crossing Slovakia and descending into Budapest. Ferenc Liszt Airport. Really nice airport actually. One big terminal. Most amazing tower. So shouldn't be long. As I say, flight time about an hour and a half on the next leg of our Euros tour. Where do you want us to go next? Let us know. Oh, we've got a subscriber challenge as well. I've set myself a target of 777 subscribers. Don't ask me why, just set it. That's my target. I'm going to try and get to 777 by August. So if you could, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Let's see if we can hit that target by August. 777 subscribers. I just like the number 7. Let's see what we can do. Climbing nicely, flight level 181 for 360. Let's just have a quick view outside. one up there as well. Yep, here we go, banking right. And we'll head now 180 degrees, just off 180 degrees. What I'll do is, look, if I just quickly show you. Going south now till we get to Sugi, and we'll make a slight banks, more southwesterly direction, so we'll be skirting Belarus. We won't enter Belarusian airspace at all. Crossing Poland, crossing Slovakia, and we'll be into Budapest in approximately 1 hour 25 minutes. And there's no star on this this flight. It is a direct. Let's hope it all works out well. We need to be a mandatory 3,500 feet by 9.6 miles out of Ferencváros Airport. So 3,500 miles is 3,500 feet is what we will set as our descending altitude, so we can capture that glide slope and hopefully land a lot less than 1,000 feet per second as it was the other day. I'd love to blame it on something other than pilot error, but it wasn't. It was definitely pilot error. It looks icy over Central Europe. The rest of us, it seems to be, it's really mild. Right, straightforward. We've got a bit of a crosswind now, quite a heavy one, 64 miles an hour, 64 knots, sorry I should say. So our heading and track are slightly out, but yeah, our heading is it's about 184, while our track is 178. So that is quite a hefty wind we've got. There was a bit of a wind earlier in Budapest, but I think it's died down. So if we go into the electronic flight bag, let's go to our flight and let's have a look at the weather, our arrival. So this was on the 7th at 1500. Wind, okay, so it's come down a lot because it was about 15 knots earlier, so 090, 6 knots. visibility 9,000 feet, no significant cloud, 8 degrees, so it's quite warm in Budapest. QNH of 1020 currently, so we will keep an eye on that. I'm not going to do any programming with that just yet, but we will need that data when we come to program the MCDU. What I am going to do is just look here. So top of climb at 1534. When is our top of descent? So we're looking for, there we go, so it's just after Babco. So let's go to our charts and I'll show you where Babco is. There's Babco. So we're currently way up here, look. We've got quite a way to go yet, but at Babco, just after Babco is our top, is it just after or just before? Just after Babco, about 30 miles after Babco, so probably around here. We're going to start our top of descent, our descent program down into Budapest. So be about that point there we need to be aware of to start our descent, and the aircraft should take care of the profile needed to get us down. Should. So Babco 1622. 1622, current time in the sim is 1528, so it's just under an hour away, and we'll be making our descent into Budapest, and we'll sort out our performance calculations before we get there so we can have that programmed in and we can be ready. But we're still climbing, currently just passing flight level 300 for flight level 360. And those new to the videos, welcome to Speedbird Sim Deck. We fly the Fenix A320. We're learning together. We're no experts. Believe me, I'm no expert on this, but I'm able to get the plane up, cruise and down safely, and fly on the VATSIM network. So if we can learn together, let's do that. If you've got any tips or you can see anything that's not right, let us know. I'm not saying what I do is the right way. It just works for me. But let's learn together and set ourselves a target of 777 subscribers. So if you could hit that like and subscribe button, that'd be really good. Let's see if we can get to 777 by August. Yeah, and let us know, where do you want to go next on our European tour? We're trying to visit every European country and their dependencies, so that's 44 countries plus 7 dependencies, and if dependencies or countries don't have their own airport, we will fly into their nearest airport. So Monaco will fly into the Côte d'Azur at Nice. But we're next. So we've done Scandinavia. We'll obviously be on the ground in Hungary. Where we're going to go from Hungary? Where's next on our European tour? Let us know in the comment section below. And let me know what livery are you flying. Are you flying the Fenix? Are you flying the fly-by-wire? Let me know in the comments. So just a little bit of cloud coming up ahead. We've got beautiful sunset over there. Look at that for a sunset. That's amazing. See if I can get that in there. Look at that. Stunning. Beautiful plane to fly, but it's also the sim itself is amazing for what you see night time and the weather. It's all simulated. Really impressed. And yeah, I know it's got its problems. I know people have had issues with for whatever reason crash to desktop. I've had a few myself. It just happens. There's not a lot you can do about it. You'll have to excuse me, I am taking some snaps there, so you may have seen that on your screen. We do get crash to desktops, we all do. happens. I had a spate of them on final approach for whatever reason. I emptied out my community folder. I did put them back one at a time, but I still haven't found out what it was that was causing it. It just seems to have stopped and gone away, which is really bizarre. Got another airplane just below us. I'm not sure what that is. Not sure I'll be able to see from up here. No. No. But yeah, there we go. So anticipating being on the ground 16:43. So it's about an hour and 10 minutes from now we should be on the ground. We'll probably start to get busy in about 50 minutes as we start our descent into Hungary and into Budapest. Some good nights out in Budapest if you've never visited. Go and see the ruined bars. Well worth a visit. There's lots of nice places to drink. Lots of really good eateries. There's a lot of walking, but you can get the metro if you can get the subway, and that'll take you all around the city for a few pence. And the Terror Museum, I highly recommend the Terror Museum on Andrassy, which is, I think it's a UNESCO street. It's a really long boulevard in Budapest that takes you all the way up to Heroes Square, which in it is an impressive square in itself with lots of statues commemorating some of the history of Hungary, Budapest. Well worth a visit. I'd recommend that. If you've been, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. What did you go and visit? What was the best part of your visit? Because there's always something different every time you go. You see something different. So let me know what it was that you saw. Right, coming up to top of climb now. The engines will start to throttle back. There we go. We're now at Mach 0.769 and we're in our cruise phase now at flight level 360. And we're just making our way over Poland. So we will be shortly. We're still over Lithuania, but really close to the Polish border, where we'll cut inland slightly just to avoid Belarusian airspace. So we will cut inland just as we cross into Poland, and we're skirting Kaliningrad to our right. So if we look over to our right, there's Kaliningrad over there. We are skirting that. Oh, dear me, sorry about that. There you go. Skirting that. Poland ahead, and then just in the distance over this way is Belarus. We will be visiting Belarus on our European tour. We'll also be visiting Ukraine at some point. We will visit Kiev. That's on the plan. Just don't know when yet. We're going to try and do a few longer live streams once we're into Central Europe. So next one from Hungary may well be a live stream. We'll see. But let me know, where are we going? Where do you want us to go? And don't forget, you can support the channel if you want to buy us a coffee. The link is in the description. Just click that and you can buy us a coffee basically. If you like what we do, feel free. Nobody has to, there's no pressure, but if you'd like to, it would be much appreciated. And who knows, you could become our first contributor. Give you a special shout out. Yeah, that tailwind, no, it is a bit of a tailwind. Crosswind is quite heavy, it's 60 knots. It's going to become more of a crosswind in a second. As we get to Boksu, the next waypoint, we then start to turn and bank right to head more southwesterly, crossing through Poland. Polish border now just ahead. That's going to become more of a crosswind than it is a tailwind, I would have thought. so it won't be long, and we'll certainly be turning. Let's see where we get. Should have some music really playing for the crease face, shouldn't I? I must get that sorted. So while we're waiting, let's just go and have a quick look. Ooh, here we go. Flight radar, just see, because obviously FSLTL is built on the flight radar traffic. So let's have a look and see what we've got in terms of traffic coming into Budapest. French list. There we go. Show map. There's a bit of a delay. If you're flying out 16 minutes on average today. Right, here we go, arrivals. So bearing in mind we're going to be arriving, what did we say, 40? Oh yeah, so there's a whiz from Warsaw due at the same time we are, in fact just before us, and then there's a lot from Warsaw just after us, and there's a Ryanair would have arrived at 1:30. In terms of departures, what's that looking, oh yeah. So we got a, what have we got there? Got a whiz to London Luton, a whiz to Barcelona, and a Lufthansa to Munich. All while we should see them as we come in to Budapest. Now, this is interesting. What are we overtaking here? You see that? Right, it's just on the nav display there. We'll see it just here in a second. There we go. What are we overtaking? Fortunately, you can't see what it is. It can't be going that slow, is it? Oh, it's coming over the top of us. That's why. It's not going behind. It's over the top. Strange. Was going to the side of us. Oh, we're banking anyway. Oh well. Right, here we go. So yeah, so we've set ourselves a little bit of a challenge here. We're going to go for 777 subscribers by August, which is a bit of an ask, but we're going to go for it. Let's see what we can do. So if you are watching this, please consider, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, keep up to date on where we're going, what we're doing, and let us know where do you want us to go next. Also, part of the way there, at 100 subs, what we're going to start doing is introducing webcam into the live stream, so you'll actually see us, maybe the controls. So we're just going to add little bits and pieces as we get more and more subscribers. So at 100 subscribers, we'll add a couple of webcams so you can see the controls and see how we are controlling the aircraft coming in to land and taking off. I haven't decided what we'll do at 2, 3, 4, 500 yet. Let us know. What do you think? Drop a comment in the comment section below. But 777 subscribers is our target. Bit of a competition going on. Be part of it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Right. It is quite busy at the minute round Hungary. But that's us now into Polish airspace. And we're making our way now to Slovakia. Yeah, all good. No, no messages on the eCam. There will be shortly. We will get one shortly. We'll get one to say, why are you late? That's fine. We'll deal with that. We'll clear that when we get there. Let's just have a quick look while we're here. So we've got the airport. We're coming into we're going 13 right. 13 right here. That is the main terminal there. So we'll aim to come off at Juliet 4, work our way down Bravo 2, Tango, Alpha, and then let's just have a look then. April, well, this is interesting. Apron, no, not that apron, that was old Terminal 2, there we go. These are the when you actually go into Hungary, you'll realise, you see, it's known as the cowshed. It's a bizarre, it's just a metal shed. Everyone comes, you walk away down here and there's just a metal shed that you just all wait in, and it is known as the cowshed. So we'll probably aim to come in 35 round to 39, one of those two. I think we'll probably look to do 36, 35, so we'll come down uniform. Let's just go through that. Yeah, there we go, look. So, come off at Juliet 4, Bravo 2, Tango, Alpha, uniform, and then we'll look to come to the gate 36, I think. Where we'll look to come in, providing it's not taken, and of course we're not actually taken. That was what I was going to do. I was going to come in on Edinburgh to Ulpax, but actually it makes more sense just to come direct. So I'm ignoring the star. There is no star today. In fact, let's get rid of that because I don't need the star. We haven't got a star. Yeah, good. So let's do our landing calculations. Now we're in the cruise phase, and need to go into the EFB. Arrival performance. Oh, I knew you were going to do that. I never remember this. I don't know why I don't just write it down. So runway 13 right. 13 right. It's good to medium today. But I'll apply the METAR, just make a note here of the weather. So at the moment it's 090 at 7 knots, plus 7 degrees, and QNH is 1020, and that was 15:30 Zulu time on the 7th, so it's probably the more recent. Our landing weight, so our anticipated landing weight today is 61.8 tons. 61.8. And on low auto brake, 2044 meters. Now, the reason I wanted to do that, the runway itself is 3009. 2044, so 2/3 of the way down. We might just make Juliet. We might just make it. I mean, if not, we'll just take the whole of the runway and come off at Alpha. So that's absolutely fine. So we've written these bits of information down, the METAR. Let's go back into our MCDU performance page. Next phase, and this is the data we're going to need. I'll come back to radio in a second. QNH 1020. Temperature 7. Wind at the moment is 090 at 7 knots. we will keep checking that because I've got a feeling that will change. Now, I said there we'll come back to radio. Now the reason we're coming back to it is, on our charts, straight in landing on the ILS, our decision altitude, we could take any one of these, but we're going to do here the altitude of 676 feet. And we'll come back and have a look at the ILS chart in a second. So 676. 676 into radio. That's it. Done. So let's go back in the charts. Let's have a look. So this is our arrival chart. ILS runway 13, as you can see there. Our transition altitude is 10,000 feet. That's really important because that's the altitude at which we go from standard to local QNH. So we will have to make sure, yeah, it's already there, look, flight level 100. So that's all good. Missed approach. We'd have to climb to BP753. BP753. So we'd miss approach, climb up to BP753. And then turn right heading 160 and continue to climb to 3,000 feet. From there we'd get radar vectoring from the ATC. We haven't got that today. We'll make our own way round. If we miss it, we'll come back round again ourselves. There's a couple of constraints we've got to be aware of. So at Torres we've got to be at 6,000 feet. Ekman 5,000 feet. BP755, maximum speed 230 knots, 4,000 feet, but we've got to be at 3,500 feet by 9.6 to capture that glide slope. So we must be at 3,500 feet, and then we'll capture the glide slope, and then hopefully come down nicely straight in to runway 13 right. That's the plan. Let's wait and see. Crossing my fingers we get a smoother landing. Just checking there's no other information that we need there really. We're good to go. We will just keep checking the METAR because that will keep changing every sort of half hour or so. So we will just check that we've got the latest METAR as we get closer, but we're okay. Top of descent isn't for another kind of 25 minutes. No, half an hour. It's actually half an hour away. So we're okay at the moment. I'm not going to panic too much. We're chasing that sunset, look. The sun is going. What I did mean to do was turn off the dome light. Just while we're cruising along, and we'll turn on all lights as we get closer. 10,000 feet. That's when the lights will come back on. So look outside. No aircraft in sight at the moment. Interesting. expecting to see a bit more in the sky, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, clear skies down in Hungary. We'll pass over a patch of rain just as we come through Slovakia, but nothing. We won't. We'll be above it. Nothing significant at all, and then we'll start our descent. So descending in Slovakia down to Budapest. UK and France are very busy on VATSIM at the moment, and Ireland. There's a lot of coverage, a lot of aircraft as well. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, that was my chair. So over to our right is Modeling Airport. Just making our way steadily through central Poland. But we continue to do that until we get to Patak. Oh, sorry, Babko. Babko is right on the border between Poland and Slovakia, and it's at that point, just as we enter Slovakian airspace, that we'll start our descent. And we'll descend nicely, a steady profile into Ferenc Liszt International Airport in Budapest, Hungary. Next leg of our Euros tour. And where will we go from there? Well, you can influence that. Let us know in the comment section below. If there's anywhere you'd like us to go next. Who knows, that could be the next destination, and we may even do it as a live, so you can join in, come along and chat. So let us know, and we'll see what we can do. We're probably just over halfway out, so we're about halfway on the flight, so making good time. Expecting to be on the ground about 16:40, so probably 45 minutes from now we should be on the ground. What's everyone's opinion of the E175? It's an interesting reveal this week. I was a little bit underwhelmed, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't think it's going to be a fully functioning aircraft. I think to get it now, it's probably going to be a bit premature. I suppose it's a little bit like the fly-by-wire was when it first came out. However, the fly-by-wire was free. Big difference, you're paying for a product that isn't complete yet, so I'm not convinced by it. I will get it probably in a year's time when it's fully functional and everything's ironed out. I'm looking forward to that aircraft. But yeah, I haven't ventured into the Boeing yet either, primarily because I've got a side stick and the captain's pack, the TCA captain's pack. But I am tempted with a yoke, the Alpha yoke and Bravo throttles. Never used them before, not seen any, but if you use them, let me know. Are they any good? Any good for the Boeing? I am really tempted with the 737, the PMDG, just to learn different aircraft, I guess. Although British Airways don't really fly the Boeings, 737s. They've mainly got the A320s, A321s. So yeah, we'll see. Yep, so just coming up to Irma, heading towards Evina. We're making good progress actually. That crosswind isn't slowing us down too much, which is fine, although it's a hefty crosswind, 54 knots, so yeah. Yeah, just crossing the halfway point now, so probably got, as I say, another 45 minutes should be on the ground. We're going to get busy probably 20 minutes time as we come towards our top of descent. We will make one more check on the METAR just to make sure that we've got the MCDU programmed correctly, and then we'll start our descent. So no ECAM messages, all good there. Let's just double check the MCDU flight plan. So where's that top of descent? There we go, just after Babco, 4 minutes after Babco, only 30 miles after Babco, our top of descent, 1624, which is about 20 minutes away. So let's just come up here, let's just refresh the METAR. What have we got? 090, it's now 9 knots. 090 at 9 knots. It's +6. But the QNH has stayed. So what we'll do, we'll just go and add that now back into the performance page, just making sure that we have got the information in here. So we know the temperature's now dropped, it's 6 degrees, still quite mild. 09 at 9 degrees. And that's it. QNH has stayed the same, radio's not changed, so as ever, radio call out 676 feet. At 776 feet we'll get a call out to say 100 above. That's a warning to say in 100 feet's time you've got to make a decision whether you're continuing with this landing or not. And then at 676 feet you'll hear minimums, and you've got to make your decision then, are you continuing with the landing or are you going to go around? That's what those call out is for. If you don't put anything in here you will not get those radio call outs. It's to help in terms of the landing. So we bank slowly now to the left, and about 19 minutes time we'll start our descent. And again, just as a reminder, to capture the ILS we need to be at 3,500 feet. So what we'll do, we're not going to change, we're just going to change the figure, we're not actually going to activate it yet. 3,500 feet might actually do. That's a mandatory, can't. I was going to change it to 3,000, but I'm not going to. And don't forget the aircraft, because it is VNAV, it will follow all constraints. So what we will do to help us with that is we'll turn constraints on, and we'll see the constraints as they come in here. So they'll be burgundy. So we'll see the speed constraints, and we'll also see the altitude constraints. And the aircraft using VNAV will stick to those constraints. It will not break them. It will make sure it either meets or exceeds what it's expected to do. It's a really smooth flight though, isn't it? There's just nothing moving. There's no other aircraft about at the moment that I can see. There probably is, but different altitudes to us. And you can see with FSLTL, there are all the aircraft that have been inputted and ejected. And that was just a second ago. Well, that one's been removed, but you got one en route. These are all the ones that are within a certain distance of us that are injected in. And you wouldn't necessarily see them because these ones, are, for example, are out of range, so you won't see them. But others, they are still about on the simulator. So if, for example, I think I've set this something to like 100 nautical miles. So anything within 100 nautical miles will be shown. So there we go, Ryanair, look, it's on its way to modelling, which we've just passed. That is in our range, and it's flying at 39,000 feet, so it will be injected into the sim. It doesn't necessarily mean to say we'll see it, it is just there. In fact, did I just see that? No, maybe I didn't. I thought I saw one over here. Yeah, there is one. I'll do that. There it is. It's over here, look. See it. 6 lights flashing. There we go. So FSLTL's did a good job. I'll take that. So we're making good time. Sim time is 16:09 on the ground. Estimated time of arrival 16:37. It's probably going to be close over to about 16:42, but yeah, we should be on the ground around about 20 to 5, so around about half an hour from now. We're anticipating being on the ground. Probably going to get busy in about the next 10 minutes while we prepare for descent and landing. Yeah, hopefully we're going for a smoother landing than we had last time, where it was a bit of a panic and I just slammed the aircraft down. What I should have done is gone around. Lesson learnt. Lesson learnt. Plenty of broken spines on that flight. I'm surprised the plane came out of it unscathed. It was a proper Ryanair landing. Fuel on board 4.2 tons. I think we're going to be okay on the fuel. It just seemed to drink an awful lot just at the start of the flight, but it always does on takeoff. I mean, that's when a lot of the fuel does get consumed. So I'm just looking through the flight plan just to check we've got everything there. It looks like we have. I think we're okay. I think we're alright. So heading straight for Babco now. Temperature minus 67, flight level, I'm saying 3.8 on here on the plan, but no, it's at 3.6 is what you gave me, so that's our flight level for today. Yeah, we're looking good, looking very good. The wind is dying down as well as we come closer into Budapest. It is definitely dying down, which earlier on the wind was quite heavy, so we were looking at quite a heavy crosswind coming into land. We shouldn't have a heavy crosswind at all. Another aircraft just in the distance there, look. Don't know if that'll show up on here. Yep, there is. Another aircraft there, look. just off to our right. What's that? 120 miles to go before we start our descent. About 10 minutes. No, 80 miles. What we'll do, let's just change on this one here. So we just find it useful just to change the distance. There we go, get the full flight. Let's go to that. We'll just change a second. I'm not going to do it yet, but I will go back to. I'll set this one to landing system. Just find it really useful just to have one that's a landing system, so I can see if I'm aligned or not. Yeah. Coming over Poland. Oops. There's not much to see at the moment. We've unfortunately lost that fight with the light. We've gone south rather than heading west. If we heading west, we'd have been playing catch up with the light all the way. But clear skies, stars are out, and there's that sunset look. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Ooh, what's that? No. There we go. Fuel doing well. No ECAM messages. Keep checking those. Engine's doing well. All green. No blue. That's good. And there's that topper climb. Look, just coming down there on the right hand side. So still anticipating being on the ground 1642-ish. Let's see what's it saying in here. 1645 now, so about half an hour should be on the ground. 165 miles to go with estimated fuel on board of 3.4 tonnes by the time we get there. So all looking good. Just got to descend fairly quickly. We should be on a good profile. I'll just keep our eye on the ticker tape. I'll show you that as we start to descend. Okay, things are probably going to start to get a little bit busy in a second. You can see there, top of descent coming in. So what we're going to do, just very quickly come into here. Let's refresh our metal. Let's see what we get. So 090 at 9 degrees. It's now +5. So it is getting colder. 1020 hectopascal. So let's just come back in here. Let's do next phase. Temperature 5 degrees. Updated that. We got 30 nautical miles, and we'll be top of descent. So we're ready for that. 3,500 feet, which is an absolute restriction. We must get there. Just coming to the border now. That in front of us is Slovakia, so the top of descent is actually near enough spot on the border between Poland and Slovakia. So we'll be descending all the way through Slovakia and continue our descent into Budapest, Hungary. So that's coming down nicely, making good progress. On here there, look, 3 minutes, and then we will get busy. So transition altitude is 10,000 feet, so that's when we'll move from standard to local QNH, which is 1020 as we said earlier. I will set the standby instrument panel very quickly while I can. Just standby attitude. There we go. So that one's already set. There it is, coming in there. Look, white down arrows are top of descent. So get ready over here with the button. As soon as we're over it, pull button, and we'll start our descent into Faroe. That's the football team, into Budapest. We'll get busy. 10,000 feet, as we've already said, standard to local. That's when we'll also be turning our lights on, so all of the lights will come on at 10,000 feet. What we'll do is just turn on the dome lights for now, just so I can see what I'm doing. As we're coming into land, I will turn the dome lights off again, if I remember. Fuel on board, 3 tons, doing okay there. 3.8 actually, I think we're expecting to be on the ground with 3.1 tons of fuel. 10 nautical miles to go, and we'll cross that border. 20 minutes on the ground. ILS approaching to 13 right. Not expecting any dramas today, but we said that last time and then look what happened. So we're hoping that we can get down in one piece this time, not have to worry too much. Let's wait and see. So 5 miles. Coming down nicely, making good progress. 2.5 miles. And our engines will go into idle and we'll start our descent. And there we go, starting our descent now. See the needle falling. We're now thruster idle, and we're now descending. You can see the green dot. It's below the line, so we're a bit too high at the moment, but we need more drag. Okay, so put the speed brake out. Bit more drag. It's going to bring it back up, look. Bring it back up. There we go. And the green dot's now in the yellow box. Hopefully we can keep that now for our descent. So at this point the cabin crew will make their announcement that we've started our descent into Budapest. Returning trays into their upright position, etc, etc. Collecting the rubbish. Because it's quite a quick descent. 16:25 on the ground. 16:45, so 20 minutes from now. Descending nicely. Flight level 337 for altitude 3,500 feet. Coming down. Yep, that's looking good. Looking really good. Still got that big crosswind now, 47 knots. West to east. We're doing all right. I may even use GSX to guide us to the stand, just to give it a go. I have had trouble with GSX. It's not always played ball recently, but let's wait and see. I've just noticed something. There we go. I'd closed down Navigraph for some reason. I'm not sure why I did that. Yeah, I think what we'll do is once we've landed, if we're aiming to come off at Juliet 4, if we can come off at Juliet 4, I might use 36, isn't it? Yeah, I may use the Follow Me car to get us into Gate 36. Let's wait and see. But look at that profile. That is a really nice profile. Look, green dot slap bang in the middle of the box. So we're not having to chase it. The aircraft is following that profile for us. Let's just hope we capture the ILS. And here is our heading and our track, and that just replicates what we've got here. So our heading is 189, and our track is 183. So that's what's represented here at the bottom. Our speed's 0.667 Mach, which is slowly coming down. We are slowly reducing the speed of the aircraft, which is absolutely fine. Green dot staying still within the box, so the aircraft is managing that well for us. And we've just got to remember 1020 hectopascals on our barometer, which we will change under 10,000 feet. Got a little way to go yet. Flight level 280, targeting 3,500 feet. And the reason we're targeting that is the height at which we are going to be, we hope, capturing our glide slope. So mandatory 3,500 feet at 9.6. So we're going to be at 4,000 feet at Bravo Papa 755. Maximum 230 knots. We'll then descend 500 feet to 9.6. D9.6. And then we'll hopefully capture that glide slope to bring us down. If not, we're going to be chasing it. And if we can't capture it, well, we'll be going around. So we'll then climb straight ahead of us to BP753, which is there, and then turn 160, climb to 3,000 feet. So hopefully we won't have to do a go around, but if we do, that's what we've got to do. Straight ahead and then 160 degrees to 3,000 feet. That's okay. We can program that in if we need to. Once we capture the ILS, we can put on here 3,000 feet, and that should manage it all for us. So, but at the moment, it's looking pretty good. coming over Slovakia. Bratislava is way over to our right, quite a way in the distance, we won't even see it from here. Yeah, passing steadily through. Remember, there is no star here, we're not on a star, we're direct from Patak, which is just ahead of us, and then we turn straight into runway 13 right. It looks quite a reasonable path. I do keep checking this because sometimes you've got to be a bit careful that the routing doesn't make sense, but here you can actually see it makes perfect sense. Come down, hang a right, straight in. So not concerned, looking good so far. Green dot managing well, the aircraft is managing it really well. Crosswind is coming down, it's now only 33 knots as we descend. Height level 223 for 3,500 feet. Now obviously if we're on VATSIM we would have ATC instructions, we wouldn't just do this, we would have to be following their instructions to descend. But we're not, so we're okay. I didn't even connect us because there was just nobody online, there was no point us actually connecting, but since we've done that, Poland has actually come on Warsaw Centre, but anyway, it doesn't matter, we're over Slovakia now, we're out of their airspace. And typically Budapest has come online. Never mind, it's too late now, it's fine. So, yeah, doing nicely. Descending through Slovakia. So looking good. Speed 250 knots. Mach 0.556. And there's our waypoint coming up ahead. Look. So Patak. Patak, just there. What's that, 10 miles away? 197. That's good. 8.5 miles from Patak. On the ground, approximately 10 minutes. Making better time than I actually thought on that descent. I was a little bit concerned, but we're doing alright actually. Just not sure where we're going to be joining the approach. Is it Taraz? I assume it's Taraz, but let's wait and see, because we're going to be coming through two quite high points. So we have got some constraints there, 6,000 feet. If we go below that, we're going to end up crashing. So Budapest is coming up in the distance. The airport will be over this direction somewhere. Broken cloud, look. Shouldn't really affect us, we should be absolutely fine as we come in. Try not to break the aircraft this time or break anybody's backs. Can't promise, but we'll try. It's a bit high again. That's better. Level 157. Just keep an eye out for planes planes coming in, because I know there were a few aircraft expected at the same time. Checking the charts just to make sure we're in the right place. It looks like we are. Over here somewhere is the runway, under that cloud, over to our kind of 11 o'clock. Way too high. We are way too high. Let's slow ourselves down a little bit. I'll just put the air brakes on just a little bit, just to, because otherwise we're going to miss those constraints. We can't do that. Landing system on. Go into the MCDU. Let's activate the approach phase, just to slow us down a little bit. I am just going to keep this at 250 knots for now. So we're coming up to 10,000 feet now, so what we're going to do is let's come back up here. So, oops, strobe lights are already on, don't need to do that. Landing lights all on. Turn the dome lights off. Standard QNH to local, which is 1020, set. Slow us down, we're above the profile again, that's no use to us, we've got to be slower than that. There we go. A little bit of cloud, we're doing okay. Got to come down, we're still a bit high. Got to be at 4,000 feet by that point ahead of us, and I'm not sure we're going to make it. Let's see what happens. Green dot has been maintained. Our speed is still being maintained. We've got to be at 230 knots. That slows down because it doesn't look as though it's going to do it on its own. 230 knots. Approach phase, because I think we're going to be there soon. You can see the magenta diamond coming up. We're just waiting for this one to come across as we turn. It won't do anything till we turn, so I'm not worried. Auto brake, medium, no, low. Speed brake is armed. We're not slowing down now, which is slightly concerning, but I've got to get down 3,500 feet and quick. So far so good. Right, so why has the speed constraints not been followed? That's okay, 9.6 is there. Okay, 3,500 feet ahead. Slowing down, speed's coming down. Ten miles to go. Oh, start slowing down, boy. Come on. Captured the ILS. Perfect. Slowing down. Starting to slow. This could be a very quick landing though. I don't like this. Let's have a look. Plenty of time. We've captured the ILS. That's what counts. So.
2,500.
Thank you. Not slowing down though. It's coming down now slowly, but whether it slows down enough, got to get full flaps out in a second. Budapest below, we are still coming down, but we're not coming down enough. Come on. Flaps 1. This could be a fast landing at this rate. I can't put the landing gear down yet, it's too quick. This is going to be too quick. Whoa. Overspeed, I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. Slow down.
1,000.
Yeah. I'm having to slow us down because I can't see.
Hundred above.
This ain't good.
Minimum.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Well,
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
there's the.
Too low, terrain.
Anybody know
Too low,
why
terrain.
the speed's not coming down?
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
The speed is not coming down at all. Dear me. Well, there we go. I'm not quite sure why the speed wasn't coming down, but we are where we are. Phew, okay. Well, we're not going to come off at Juliet, so we're going to take the full length of the runway. Oh, we got down, but that was a bit weird. The plane wouldn't slow down at all. I'm not quite sure what was going on, if I'm honest. But never mind. Hey, look, we're down. And it was better than the last one. There was no broken backs. Ish. Sort of. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, look, we're down. I am not going to worry. Welcome to Budapest in Hungary. We'll just come off the end of the runway. We'll do a bit of a clean up. It's a bit foggy and a bit misty, but let's get off the runway first. And then we'll do a bit of a clean up. There we go, runway vacated. So, flaps return to normal, auto brake off, ground spoilers are off, clear the warning. Let's come up here, let's turn the landing lights off. Whoops. It doesn't like it, does it? Okay, right, and then what we'll do is we'll get GSX running. Let's give the follow me truck. Gate 7 suitable parking areas. Let's have a look. What do we want to do? Gate. I'd like to go to 36. What do you mean there's only 8 gates? That's ridiculous. Have I landed in the wrong place? Tell you what, well, it looks like we're going to gate 4 wherever that is. I have
The
no
requested
idea.
position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Okay. So we have got on the ground. Available.
The requested position is already assigned to another aircraft.
Oh, do you know what? I may end up ignoring this in a minute. I ignore it. Come on, let's get ourselves there. We know where we're going. So make our way down Alpha, and then we'll turn into uniform into what was known as the cowshed. Well, you can't, so I'm just trying to see where the tower is, but I'm not sure you can see it. It's a really unusual tower structure in Budapest. Right. So we take a right here. It is really misty. Oh, there is a lot on the ground actually. We'll let them off. Ooh, and there's another aeroplane right in front of us. We had this coming out, for goodness sake. Okay, it's fine. We're going to take this. Don't worry. We will come down here. We'll take, I think, parking stand 36 left. That's what we're going to take. I'll be out of the way. Oh, it's not 36 left at all. It looks like we're going around the other side. Oh well, it's already taken. That's fine. I'll go around the other side then. This is where the EasyJets and the Ryanairs come in and park. That's the cowshed to the right, not very well modelled, I have to say, by Asobo. If ever you visit, you will see, and you'll see why it's called the cowshed. It's busy on the ground here. Blimey. Okay. Confusing much, is it? Never mind, come on. We'll take the next available one. There we go. Oh, give over. There's a whiz look already in there. I'll have this one. Sorry, Mr. Whiz. There we go. Welcome to Budapest. A bit hairy in the end, but we got down, and you know, don't forget, if you like what we do, or you want to see a bit more, or you just want to be part of it, help out, or have a bit of advice and get involved in some live chats, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know in the comment section where you think we should go next time. Till then, goodbye.